Have you ever done a double take? You catch a glance at something and then immediately look again because you're not sure if you saw or didn't see what you thought you did. One year we took our high school seniors and college students to Miami for a mission trip. We were going to be working with one of the nation's largest homeless ministries, Miami Rescue Mission. We would also be working to gain some education and a greater understanding in human trafficking. In the U.S. alone, an average of 4,585 cases of human trafficking were reported last year. Of those 4,585 cases, 3,266 were sex trafficking, 525 were labor trafficking, 494 were not specified, and another 300 were both sex and labor trafficking. Back to our mission trip. Part of our taking our high school seniors and college students was to give them a couple of days before the mission trip as a celebration of their accomplishments and just a break before we served with all that we had. As we looked for something to do, all the students wanted to go to the beach. After all, Miami's known for their beaches, the white sand and the beautiful blue water. Little did we know how much we would see. People of all different likes and dislikes, dress and lack of dress, their idea of normal versus our idea of normal. So many times we had to do a double take. Webster defines double takes as a delayed reaction to something unexpected, immediately after one's first reaction. In Mark chapter 8, Jesus is busy about ministry. In verses 1 through 10, he feeds a mass of people that have been pressing in to hear him teach. Thousands of people he fed with 7 loaves of bread and 2 fish. He then finds himself in Bethsaida where a blind man is brought to him. The word says that Jesus was implored to touch him. Jesus takes him from the crowd and does just that. He then asked the man, "Can you see?" He looked up and said, "I see men, for I see them like trees walking around." Jesus then again laid his hands on him and his vision was completely restored. As believers, we can take a glance at God's word and it gives us vision. It allows us to see things that maybe we've never saw before, a perspective that we never knew, a color that we didn't know existed. However, when we take a double take, we don't just see it. Instead, God touches us again, just as he did this blind man, and we go from being able to see to having God-given clarity. The question today is, will you settle for what you thought you may or may not have seen? Or will you go back in for another touch and have great clarity? I challenge you today, never just settle.